Hello, wonderful and appreciated being. Thank you very much for being here. Times are stirring up, and the message today is very important. How many news do you watch? How many videos do you watch? How many messages do you read? How much attention are you giving all this? And does it really help you? Do you blame? Or do you try to find reasons? Or do you go within? Does it make sense to read all this, to listen all this? Or would it make more sense to take the time to go within? As I said a couple videos ago, if you remain in the big perspective, in the big view, nothing really matters other than taking the chance and go within. What we all know is this is helping us to awaken, to grow with wherever we are, concerning ourselves, but also where we stand within the community, where we stand within our duties. Do we go to work because we're having fun, or do we go to work because we have to? Maybe this is a chance to rethink. I was already gifted to coach somebody who is changing her business right now. I think she started yesterday already. And I bow from this courage and from this awareness to do it right away. Growing into the new world, setting new patterns, setting new goals, and going new ways. What I think is interesting about this whole thing is governments are telling us how to go with this, and it's good to follow because this is part of the deal, this is part of the whole. And if they're telling us to keep in distance, if they're telling us to keep or to stay home, why do we have to go into distance? I was questioning that for myself. I said, we should grow together, but this is growing us or telling us to go apart. And then the spirits told me, yes, you're all going apart to find out how important you are for each other, how important it is to hug each other, to be close, to be in community, and how important it is to cross ways, not in huge distance. The auras always touch when we cross each other. And now we start to find out how much of a difference that makes. I want to share a couple things that spirits told me to bring forward. I've had to write it down because they gave us so much, and I want to cut it down to a couple things that seem to be very important, and I will pass on more, but right now I picked out the most important. They are emphasizing to take over responsibility. This is what I was mentioning before. Where do my thoughts go? Do I take the time to think things over in my life? Do I really go deep within and ask, where do I want a change and where do I make a change? And also, do I keep my thoughts up? Do I keep them up to stay within love and light? And how many times do I fall out of this? It's very easy to fall out of this right now. So we're reminded to keep going back into responsibility, take over what we're thinking, how we are thinking, and to keep going back into positive thinking and keep going back into seeing the whole picture. Even though if we are affected, even though if something is happening within our family, even then we're reminded to do that. Then they're also telling us to inform our water with remembrance, with the sign of remembrance. I will tape a video by the end of this week and tell you more about it. I know a little more about it. I probably don't know everything, but I know much more about it now, and I'm looking forward to share it with you. Trust, just do it. You can print it out if you want to from the website, but I will also have some tools which I give you by the end of this week. Then they're telling us to to really change the habits of eating. Eat healthy food. Eat food that has been grown around where you're living. And not imported food, and not food that has been transported over distances and distances. Only eat vegetables and fruits that have been grown around you. Unless some dry foods, maybe they can be transported a little longer, but you should remain with the food that has been grown around you. And even though in winter times it's less of a variety, but that's what keeps us healthy. And I think they have other reasons to tell us. We don't need to know, we just have to do it. And then one thing that comes through every day now, even though I don't consume it myself, but it comes through every day to tell you, cut down on coffee, cut down on black tea, cut down on green tea, cut down on soft drinks, especially the ones with high sugars and a lot of caffeine, and also cut down on sweets or sweets which have a lot of sugar in them. If you can, slowly start to cut down until you don't consume it anymore at all over this time. I don't know how long, but right now they told us to really cut it down. If you don't consume much of it as it is right now, then cut it out at all. Maybe you even put the coffee machine away so you don't keep looking at it. Then, as I kept saying or kept writing, practice on letting go. Let go, or practice with little things at the beginning and start to grow into bigger things of letting go. They keep telling me almost every day as well, and also with clients, practice of letting go. Everything will change. Everything will change. So we better get used to it right now. And everything changes to the better. Everything changes so we can grow into paradise. So let's take these steps now. We can make such a huge difference. And they also told me to emphasize, to keep remaining within. So this is what I said at the beginning, but they said it again and again. Remain within. Cut down on consuming all the stuff that's coming to you like an avalanche right now. Just say thank you to the person who thought of you, but just, if you can, maybe have a flight over it or see the main message. Maybe you even want to say thank you, but then go on. Go on within. Meditate for 5 to 10 minutes a day, or 15. We're doing it every day right now in a small circle, and it's very powerful. So take your time to sit down and go into quiet, maybe twice or 3 times a day, but at least 10 to 20 minutes a day. And last but not least, trust. Trust. And this sign, the sign of remembrance, helps you to trust. If you only look at it, let's say about 30 to 40 seconds, you can calm down very quickly and really trust. We're growing into paradise. I'm so much looking forward to it. And I hope we can grow there soon, fast. And I wish you a good journey. If you need support, contact me. I have a team around me. I have a lot of people around me that can also support you, whatever fits you best. We're also building up a care team, and we will be out with that soon. If you want to support or help us with that, we're welcome. We're very happy about this. If you contact us and tell us what you can do. We also need people who do maybe some programming, whatever. We're very glad if you're there for us and support us. Thank you very much, and see you by the end of this week. Bye-bye.